Hi, I'm Damon Smith, Extension Field Crops Pathologist at the University of Wisconsin. And in this episode of Bumper Crops, we want to talk about the pesticide shortage. And I'm joined here by Rodrigo Worley, our Wisconsin Field Crops weed scientist. So, Rodrigo, tell me a little about your perspective on the pesticide shortage and just what do you think are the products that are really going to be an issue this year?
Hey, Damon. So that has been a really hot topic for us this past couple weeks here. Glyphosate, the number one, followed by glufosinate, clatodim, some of the 2,4-D products, and then asthmatolachlor. And then the other thing we're hearing now is that the generic products, we're going to have more shortage of generic products versus the brand products. And that's because most of the generic products come from China. What are you hearing on the fungicide side of things, Damon?
Yeah, so similar issue, although ours is a little more complicated because there's lots of demand out there, and so the shortage is really led by the demand. There's lots of supply coming along, I hear, but the demand is way outweighing that supply because we've had a couple of bad disease years. We've had tar spot in corn, white mold, soybean, in our geography. So folks are doing the right thing. They're preparing. It's just that demand is going to, outpace the supply and really start to drive up the costs and make things hard to get. So, what do you think, Rodrigo, in terms of how should folks be preparing for this situation all across the ag industry? What are your thoughts there?
So the first recommendation there, Damon, is that folks start planning now if they haven't already. Just start placing orders. Hope they can find the chemicals that they would need for the 2022 growing season. And if they cannot find what they intend to use, start developing a plan B, C, and D. Okay, folks should know what kind of weeds they're dealing with. And let's say if they don't have access to glyphosate, how are you going to be controlling your velvet leaf? How are you going to be controlling your foxtails out there? So start developing a plan right now. This is going to be a great year to use residual products. That's something we've been preaching on for a little while. Understand the label. If you're using a new product that you haven't used before, make sure you understand the label, the rotations, and other restrictions that come with that product that you intend to use. What about you, Damon? What are you recommending?
Yeah, I think, in addition to that, it's just integrated pest management, really keeping that in mind. I think this year is going to be a year where, our traditional IPM tools are really going to, come into really good use. Not that they haven't before, but, we're going to get a chance, especially if we look at the disease side of things, we may not even need these fungicides. I think it's good that folks plan, try to purchase and get ahead of the ball, but bear in mind that they may not need to use those tools. They can keep them in storage and try to maybe stretch the use of those products across acres by just implementing a good integrated disease management plan. So try to think outside the box and use them only when you need them.
Spot. That applies to weeds as well. And you mentioned storage there, Damon. So if folks are placing orders now, if they're going to be storing these products on farm, just make sure that those products are properly stored.
Great point, Rodrigo. If you'd like to learn more about this pesticide shortage, or you got any other questions on field crop pest management, feel free to reach out to Rodrigo or I, or visit the Nutrient Pest Management website at ipcm.wisc.edu.